Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building an industrial apartment in San Myshuno. And so when I was building this, I had a lot of difficulties building the floor plan. One, I don't like particularly the shape of this apartment. It's just kind of difficult to build like floor plans, especially if you're trying to do something that you haven't done 8 other times. So I was trying to do something different, but it ended up fairly much the same as anything else I've ever built in this apartment, which is okay. But also, I was going for industrial. That's what I was trying to do. That's what I was anticipating when I was building this apartment. But it really didn't turn out as industrial as I was trying to make it, and so it's kind of just wood, which is okay, but I was trying to go for like more industrial than some of the other things that I built, but it just didn't really turn out that way, which is fine. You can see me messing with the floor plan. I left that in. Usually when I have like no luck with the first time I floor plan, I'll usually like cut it out if it takes me long enough, but this time I just left it in because I felt like that was fine. And also you can see like how like much I try with the different floor plans, because sometimes it just doesn't really work. And I really like this floor plan. It usually works. I've done this a bunch of times. And so there are 2 bathrooms. You really put the bathrooms and bedrooms like anywhere else other than these places. You could kind of like maybe switch the living room and like the master bedroom, but really you can't, because you want it to not be like an odd shape where all the living areas are. So I went with this and it turned out fine. I really like the kitchen dining room area. I don't know why. It's the first thing that I did, and so it was more industrial than the rest of the house, and so I decided that I was gonna go with like like a medium brown and then like dark gray, which is what I normally do because I feel like those just like fit with an industrial style. And then I somehow ended up with like an evergreen kind of color, like a dark green. And I didn't realize how difficult that color was going to be, because I was trying to make like the rest of the apartment also have some of that, because I used like a My First Pet Stuff rug, and I don't usually use that rug in like the outer areas or like the living areas. I usually put that in like kids' bedrooms because one, the patterns are kind of funky, and also the colors are really bright. But this one I thought was fine. But then it made me really question if I wanted to put it there, because I like the color and it worked well with the kitchen area, but I could not figure out a singular other object in the entire game that was like anywhere near that color. And so I was trying so hard, and I did keep it, but I just don't really know because it just doesn't feel like it fits with the colors, because I did do like a dark green wall, but they're like not the right green. Like the wall is too warm of a green, and the rug is just too dark and like cold. So I don't really know, but I like it, and so I really wish that we had more dark greens, because I use that all of the time, and I like in real life I like green a lot. So I feel like in The Sims, if we had more dark green, I would use it like a lot more often. But green isn't the most important thing that we. But other than that, I thought that I did a very good job like cluttering the kitchen, and then when I was looking back at the rest of the apartment, it just didn't fit with the kitchen. I feel like I just like lost my train of like thought when going from the kitchen and dining area to the rest of the house. I feel like the rest of the house could have been cluttered more, but it does feel like pretty full and with like furniture pieces and stuff, so that's good. But I feel like it could have used some more like stacks of books in like the living area and stuff. And then also I just couldn't find paintings that I liked. I have that issue a lot. That and chairs. Just I can never figure out which ones I want to use, and so I just kind of put stuff down, and I don't think they really fit that well, the paintings, but they're fine for now, and they kind of look okay, but I just need more paintings that I like, because I have such a hard time with that. And then same with chairs, it just doesn't work as well as I need it to, but I don't know, that's just a me thing. But that's about it for the apartment, so I'm going to move on to some of the things that I have done the last week of school. The first thing is on Monday, I think, or maybe Tuesday. I think it was Monday, though. We did this thing. It's called a dichotomous key. If you want to like just like look it up, it's not exactly how you would normally spell that, but it's really difficult, and we tried to make one of those because he had us like learn about them like the day, I guess Friday or whatever, Monday. I don't really know which day I did it on, but we learned about them like in the textbook, and so in zoology, or in zoology class, but like he had us make one with our partners the next day, and I was like really scared because one, I'm not that good at making them, it was really rough, and also my social skills are a little lacking, so me working on a difficult group project with someone that I don't know in the slightest, it was a little awkward because I didn't like talk like almost at all, but I was helpful. She said thank you at the end of it, so I guess that's not, you know, the worst thing, but I just don't know how to do things, and especially when you have to do group projects of things that you don't know how to do already. And also it was just really hard. It was just not much fun, and so when I'm like struggling and when it's like a hard thing to do, my socialness just turns itself off. Like, I was not talking in the slightest. I was just like saying like okay, or like what do you, like questions to like make sure I was doing it right, because I did not know what I was doing in the slightest. Like, I'm good at picking up patterns, and like I think I'm good at that, but like it needed to be better than like the patterns that my brain was picking up were not the things that could be put into a dichotomous key. And so it was really difficult. We were using beetles, and so we were trying to make that. And oh, by the dichotomous key, if you hadn't already googled it, this is going to be really confusing, but it's like, you know, those questions where it's just like a category, and then it's like, does this have stripes, yes or no, and then yes gives you another question, no gives you another question, and like sorts it to whatever, you know, animal you're trying to do. That's what we were doing. It was really difficult. It was not that much fun, but to be fair, they are very helpful when you're, you know, doing like zoology stuff. So, but I just did not enjoy making it very much. I had a headache by the end of that class, and so I don't know, but it looks very chaotic because I did it on a lined piece of paper, and I did it like have the paper vertical instead of horizontal. I should have done it horizontal, but I wasn't thinking how big it was going to be, because I was like, yeah, there's only like 20 bugs on here, so it should be okay. No, it literally was like so squished. I had to like draw lines from like the yes to the next question, just like down farther in the paper. It was very squished, but it was really funny looking. And so my partner had hers also, but we kind of did them indifferently. So it was a little bit hard to like look at the two papers and be like, yeah, those are the same thing. But so she tried to do it again because she was doing more of the planning, so she had a bunch of like numbers like all over her paper. So she was trying to do it again, but then she just gave up because we just didn't have enough time to make like a decent looking dichotomous key. And so, you know, that's fun. But then we had to like he said we were gonna switch sometime and like see if the other group's like key had worked. But he said that for 2 days, and now we've completely moved on. So I'm gonna go with he just forgot, or he just went, nah, we don't need to do that. So, but you know, to be fair, I don't think he's ever had a plan for how the day is going to go since we started. So, you know, he's a little bit uncoordinated, but it's okay. It is still fun. So, other than that day, I've been having a lot of fun in zoology, but that day was just super stressful, and it was just beetles. So, you know, that's fine. The other thing is that we had an assignment in English, and it was basically titled Ideal Mate, and yeah, that title's really funny, but he basically wanted us to write a 2-page double-spaced, 2-page, like, paper thing on like our ideal mate. And I'll just calling it a mate is the funniest thing ever, but that's what he wanted. He had like some questions for us to answer, and I was just like not wanting to do this in the slightest. Like, I don't give much thought to the chores I want my future partner to do, because like that was the first question, was like, who's gonna do what chores, and I was just like, I don't care. Like, I don't have a thing against the dishes or who does the laundry, and so that was just a little bit confusing. I was just like, I don't really know how I'm supposed to answer these questions, and a lot of them I just didn't answer. I was just like, I don't really know, I don't really care, whatever works. And so I don't really know. I feel like that was just like strange. I don't know if other people in the class had just like answers already, which is strange in my mind for this to be like an easy assignment, because I spent like a good like hour in school trying to do it, like in between like other assignments and when I had like free time, and then I also worked on it at home for like 40 minutes. So I don't really know, but I spent too much time on that, and he said it was fine. I think I got a good grade on that. I don't check my grades often because that creates stress and we just don't need that. but I think I did good because his comments that he left on my journal were good, so I don't know. But it was just really stressful because I didn't know what I was supposed to do. Like, I don't think that way, and so it was very odd. But I did get it done, and so that was good. But I just thought that was super, very, very strange, and so I just wanted to talk about that. But that's about it for this video, so I'm running out of things to talk about that I did at school this week. But it's almost screenshots time, so subscribe if you did like today's video or if you want to see more like this. But as I said, it is almost screenshots time, so I post a new video 4 times a week, so you can watch another video next time. Bye!